What it do? It's your boy Tony Young. We're back right here. Expresate TV. Estoy en una exclusiva con Jacknine Films. Josh, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really family. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, like, like, I appreciate this guy, and I definitely like have a lot of love for him. And I mean, welcome to New York again.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. Hace tiempo que no
Yeah.
vengo aquí también. I'm from here.
Yeah.
I grew up in the Bronx, and then I lived in Pennsylvania for, wow, 20. I'm showing my age right now.
Nah, not
You
yet.
know what I mean?
Like few years.
I'm
That's
an
it.
old head. I'm an OG. I'm an OG.
Nah, but you
man.
good. You definitely deserve, like,
Chacho, yo voy a ser 43 años este año, papá.
Y ya lo dijo. How's your day?
Okay, if it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of deal where I'm home,
Yeah.
immediately it's feeding my son oatmeal.
Yeah.
Like, I get up.
That's your favorite breakfast too?
What, me? Yeah, because I have to keep my weight down.
So you gotta be like, hey, bro,
Yeah,
you got it.
No, so no, my son wakes me up and he's right away, Daddy, downstairs. He'll say meal. He don't even say oatmeal.
Yeah.
And so I give him oatmeal, and we hang out, and then my day as far as work day doesn't really start until like after 6. And the reason why, because I'm daddy daycare during the day when I'm home.
Okay.
If I have a video shoot, because I only do one video a week now.
Okay.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I do higher budgets. That was
Yeah.
always the goal. I never want to kill myself doing 10 videos.
Yeah,
a
that was like
month.
the beginning,
Yeah,
for
10,
you to
15
learn
videos
settings.
a month. Those days are over. One video a week, really nice budget, and I do some weekend gigs, with that. And that's all I do. That time of me doing 15 videos a month, it's way over.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore. My family, I missed out a lot.
Yeah.
So I really want to be with my family as much as possible. So, I spend a lot of time with my kids, man. Like, my kids are really everything to me.
Yeah.
And my wife, of course, and my wife has a regular job, you know what I mean? She doesn't have to work. She actually, when we moved to Florida, she was like, "Can I go back to work?" I'm like,
if you want to.
Yeah. You want to? Yeah. You know what I mean? But she wasn't working.
I got the kids in the morning, and
yeah,
you get them in the afternoon.
She just wanted to go back to work and do something and kind of feel.
And you guys have a good relationship too.
I am married 24 years.
That's like your best friend.
24 years
Yeah.
I'm married with this woman.
Yeah.
24. It's like insane. That's like a lifetime.
What's the secret? What's the secret?
The secret? The secret is men just adjust to a woman's, moods. Somebody has to be even tone in the family. I'm the even one. A woman is an emotional creature, and understandably, they're having kids, they're popping kids out, hormones are all over the place, so a man has to be understanding to that,
Right.
So I just tend to be understanding to my wife, and as much as possible, and I'm trying. If I'm the mellow one in the house, it keeps the energy in the house nice and cool.
It's relaxed. That's good.
And whenever she needs, you can tell when your wife is looking for, the attention that she deserves. My phone rings 1,000 times a day. It's hard for a woman to deal with, like, somebody who's always like this.
Yeah.
And it gets distracting. So I've had to learn to curb that behavior in order to give time to my family.
Yeah, and what you do is like people call you at any time, so it's not.
Oh, it's all the time.
Yeah, it's all the
2,
time.
3 in the morning.
So you could be like watching a movie and be like, "Hold on, I gotta take this." Like, why can't you just take it here? Be like, "No, I gotta take it." Yeah,
I gotta take it. I have to take it. Yeah.
How was Jacknine in high school?
In high school?
Yeah.
Carlos, how was I in high school?
We got Carlos behind the scenes.
Carlos is my high school best friend, and we went to Aviation High School in Long Island City.
Okay.
We were trying to be mechanics. We were definitely not that. We were trying to be airline mechanics. I don't know what.
Oh, okay.
We were tripping. So it was my mom who forced me. Tiene que ir para una escuela buena, para hacer una profesión buena.
Abogado, doctor,
my mom to this. It's just now, I say in the last year and a half, 2 years, that my mother has finally accepted and gets what I do for a living. because everybody else thought I was crazy.
Yeah,
My mom, pero muchacho, búscate un trabajo más
exacto. Ve a la
estable.
escuela, agarra tu diploma,
I
prepárate.
mean,
No te hagas tatuajes, todo eso.
right,
Yeah,
I mean, it was a lot of that, a lot of family members, not my sisters. My
yeah,
sisters always supported me. But the older family generation, they would tell me like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna live my dream.
yeah,
I've always wanted to see the world. I've always wanted to live and be free, and that's what I feel every day. I feel free.
yeah.
To have the freedom to know that I can do whatever I want is priceless to me.
And the most important thing, spend time with your family.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can say no to something and be like, "Yep, I'm not gonna be homeless tomorrow if I say no." You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we live in a society that they're not training people to become entrepreneurs. They're not training people to become self-sustained. They teach you to go to school for 12 years and then you get a degree, and I'm not saying it's bad for
Mm-hmm.
everyone. I'm not saying that. So I
Yeah,
don't want to talk like it's like the worst thing in the
of course.
world. I'm saying
Through your
that
experience.
through my experience, I never got to graduate college. And I know people that graduated college and they got like $100,000 debt over their head,
Mm-hmm.
and they're struggling financially, and they're at a job that they really don't like,
Mm-hmm.
and they're making somebody else rich, and you're unhappy.
Yeah.
I don't want to live like that. So
Yeah,
I
it's
live every
not.
day.
That's not happiness.
No,
It's not
not for me.
happiness.
Not for me. I learned that a long time ago. So that's what I try to teach people. Like, you can do this, but it's a fear factor.
Mm-hmm.
People are afraid.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
people are afraid, and rightfully so, because the average American,
Mm-hmm.
is 2 paychecks away from being homeless.
True.
¿Entiendes lo que estoy
Yeah.
diciendo? Porque si ellos pierden el trabajo,
Mm-hmm.
you can be homeless. And it's sad that we live in that society. That's why I try to teach. I go and I speak in schools, and I go speak at universities,
That's awesome.
and I try to teach them like, look, don't like give up on your dreams. Like, you really need to pursue this thing, because if you end up at a job that you don't want to do, now you'll be unhappy for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta find your happiness. Yes, there's gonna be struggle. I'm
Yeah.
not going to tell you that this is easy. Yes, there's going to be struggle. I went through my struggle. I went through my ups and downs. But now all those seeds that I planted from years
Yeah.
ago are finally flourishing,
Yeah.
And so, I don't have to have those conversations with my wife. I used to have these conversations.
In the beginning, yeah.
These conversations are like this.
Why you out so late?
No,
You know,
no.
these
I'm
things.
not even
It
talking
wasn't
about
a-
financial.
Oh, okay.
It's financial conversations that I feel no man should have with his wife. My wife would call me when things were rough.
Mm-hmm.
How much is in the bank account? I'm going to Walmart to go food shopping. That is the worst, most gut-wrenching, like, conversation to have.
Right.
And I don't want to have that. Like, I don't have those conversations anymore. It's like, just go, do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Está bien, dale. Go. Because that was the whole point of me doing this, to have freedom, to have some type of financial freedom. Not to the point that I'm a millionaire. I'm not saying that
Of
either.
course.
Pero por lo menos,
You could go to a restaurant
I could do whatever I want.
and you could eat whatever you want.
Yes.
And that's good. That's the best feeling.
And baby, come on, let's get dressed. We out of here.
Yeah. Where are we going? Don't ask me.
Don't ask
I
me.
might take you
Nos
somewhere.
fuimos.
Yeah,
Ya.
that's it.
Baby, what you want? My daughter comes up to me, Daddy, can I have these sneakers? Yes, go.
Yeah.
Like
The little one still hasn't asked you for anything yet.
Gracias a Dios.
Oh man, yeah, but it's pretty soon. It's coming up.
Yeah, but he'll get whatever he wants.
Right.
That's one
right.
thing. I'm a sucker for my kids.
What was the first country you traveled like from?
First country?
Yeah, that.
It was with Della. Panama.
Oh yeah.
I remember
How was that?
when Della took me to Panama, and I remember him even saying it on camera. The first time Jack is international. Jacknine is international now. That was Della. Now I've lost count. Like,
One day Dela was performing in Newark, and I went over there used to do the behind the scenes stuff like that. So I was like, "Yo, Dela, give me a shout out and stuff like that." But he was so busy, I understand. I was like, "Okay, he didn't, listen to." So I said, "Yo, I'm Jacknine's boy," and he looked right away, and I said, "Josh." He was like, "Okay, yeah." But it was so much people that he acknowledged that, because I said that, I was like, I need to get my way in, and
my man name dropped me.
Yeah, I had
to get the shout
out. This is the confessions, This is the one-on-one, face-to-face confession. I did that. He looked at me. He acknowledged it, but he didn't give me a shout out because he had to go to La Boom. He had to be out to La Boom. But I was like, you guys going to La Boom too? Yeah. So I mean, it was funny. It was funny.
Nah, Dela's good people, man, and I owe a lot to him as well because, he took me around the island. There was many nights that I stayed at Dela's house. You know what I mean? I slept in the air mattress in Dela's house. You know what I mean? Like, with his damn dog right next to me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is real. This is true facts.
No, that's good.
Like, yo, listen, people don't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how close me and Dela were. I slept on the air mattress, and his dog, which I think he still has it, his name is Jeezy. Jeezy? If you ever see that dog, Jeezy, I slept with the dog next to me.
So Josh and Jeezy, they slept in the same room. And he was chilling, right? The dog was chilling.
He would just be yappy. I'm like, yo, déjame dormir.
Yeah, like, yo, vete pa' allá. Vete con tu papá pa' allá. Like,
yo, I remember that, man. I'll never forget it, man. Pero no,
Eso tiene Masacre Musical, the CD. That's a dope CD.
Yeah.
You gave it to me.
I actually still don't have it.
I still have it.
I don't know where
you
it
gave
is.
It to
I was
me.
looking for it. I'm not that bother Dela for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I definitely got to get it from him. No, but Dela was always good to me, and he doesn't live far from me now. Actually,
he
actually,
so you just drive close over there, and that's it.
Yeah, he lives pretty close to my house now. We bump into each other, in different places, mostly in the airport. We bump. It's weird, right? Yeah, because he's always traveling and stuff. Yeah. But I always acknowledge him. I always appreciated him and Kaiser, for everything that they did for me, and a lot of what I did with them in the beginning planted the seeds of now. Those are the seeds that were planted. So, there were good moments too. I had great times with them. So,
so you have worked with Yengo Flow, Dela, I think Jody as well.
I worked with Jody, Jay Alvarez, Calito Rossi, Noriel, Almighty, Faruco, Bad Bunny, Darel, Messia. Who else?
What about the American market, like the
American market? More reggae market. Yeah, a lot of artists like Red Fox. Definitely, he was the first one to take me to Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica quite a few times since then.
How was Jamaica? You also look. What I liked about your blogs is that you didn't just show the behind the scenes with the artists, but you also show the other side of like Puerto Rico. Yeah. When you went to Puerto Rico and then
I think people need to see that.
Yeah.
Because, okay, fine, great. I remember one time I went to Switzerland and, I was in the Swiss Alps and we were staying in a beautiful place and, we're flying around in a helicopter and that was gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. That was like one of the best experiences of my life, looking at the Swiss Alps and seeing such gorgeous beauty. But I want people to see real life too. And how some of those people that when you go to, the different barrios, they end up showing me more love than sometimes when I go to these rich places, man, to be honest with you. When I went to Jamaica, I remember going to Waterhouse. And Waterhouse is probably one of the more, poorest places in Kingston.
Oh.
And I know that because when I said I was going to stay in at Waterhouse, people were like, "You're staying at Waterhouse?" Like even the Jamaicans that lived there were like, "Word, Waterhouse, man."
So that's
you're
actually
bad man. You're bad man.
So it's un barrio, like
it's un barrio. So me quedé allá a propósito.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like nobody forced me.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay there because I was doing a music video based off
the living
conditions there. So I said, well, in order for me to pull off probably the video, I want to stay there.
Be part of it.
So these people, man, they would bring me food. And the most humbling thing that you can do to someone is offer them a plate of food.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
true.
when I would get that food, I received it with love, and they gave it with love. And then I remember the lady was like 90 years old that was cooking for us. I, that is worth more than me staying in a 5-star resort somewhere in Europe. You know what I mean? Getting fed like filet mignon or whatever the hell. You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean? Like
that doesn't really stays with you. It doesn't
it
impact
doesn't that
you.
doesn't stick with me as much as those moments.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to Ecuador, and I see these kids, from the barrios, and they're banging on the glass, Jack, 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 and this is when I was staying in a hotel, and
Hmm.
I would go outside and I would hang out with them, and like, yo, take me where you guys go,
Yeah.
and I'll go and I'll just hang out with them like for the whole day. They don't get that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and I want it. I need it.
Especially from somebody that it's in the industry.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I need that as fuel for inspiration.
Yeah.
Like that's what I really need it for. Number one, it feeds my inspiration. It feeds my inner spirit, my inner soul. It's like almost comfort food for me in a way. And also, it reminds me of how lucky I really am. Like, so I'll never forget that. You know, People be like, oh, just don't, it's cliche to say, don't forget where you're from.
Yeah.
I don't forget where I'm from. It's tatted right here.
Yeah.
But even here is nowhere near of what I've seen with my own eyes
Yeah.
around the world. I've seen some stuff. And those memories are just going to last in my brain forever.
And then you come back to the States, and then you see the difference. You're like, wow, like people don't
Yo
really
no me quejo.
appreciate certain
Yo no me
things.
quejo. But I'm also the type of person that be like, I'm never going back there. Yeah, I'll go back there.
Yeah.
Like I'll go back there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. I'm never doing that again. Porque así son la gente. Ellos dicen, oh, yo soy real, yo fui aquí.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo soy real, yo estaba con la gente en el barrio.
Yeah.
But did you go back? Did you go check on them?
Alone.
Yeah.
Not with people that filming you or anything like
I
that.
go
Alone,
alone.
like
I go
you know
alone.
what I'm saying.
I go alone. People, security guards at hotels be stopping me. They'd be like,
Don't go out.
cógelo suave, take it easy. You shouldn't be walking alone. And I'll just grab my book bag with my little camera.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. And
Yeah,
nothing's ever happened to me.
That's good.
I'm not scared of. God is with me.
Yeah, that's
God is with me.
that's really good.
And when you have good aura and good energy, trust me, people feel that. People feel that. And
Yeah.
it resonates. And so, I have no fear for that. I have no fear at all. Al contrario, sometimes I have fear about these corporate ass people.
Yeah,
So-
right.
You know what
As soon as they
saying?
come out with something with paperwork, and then you're like, oh, come on.
The corporate world crap, that ain't for me no more, man.
Yeah.
I think I grew up in the wrong era. I should have grew up in the 1960s like a hippie.
Yeah, those times where no cell phones, no TV.
See?
People will go to your house and knock and be like, "Hey, you want to go play?" Like friends, or like they'll
Oh my
ask your
God,
mom.
yeah.
Like growing up like that was
I remember
really
going
good.
downstairs. I lived in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And I would just hang around my stoop. And I would just hang in front stoop.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? On a bicycle or whatever, I'm playing. This is old school Carlos. Remember this? Hit off the point. Bang! We play with a little blue ball.
Yeah.
It's just some stupid games.
Yeah, with the on the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
handball too, whatever. But nah. We live in a time where we get so consumed. I mean, look what we're doing right now. We're in YouTube space right
Yeah.
now. And, thanks to things like YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and all social media, it gives me a platform to showcase my work and it feeds my family. But at the same time, I hate social media. As active
Yeah.
as I am, because I'm active. I know you see me active.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
I'm like a Instagram
You're
junkie.
everywhere. If I go to your Instagram one day, you're like in Florida, right? And then all of a sudden I check like 2 days later, you're somewhere else,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, he's and it's inspiration, bro. People that really know you, they tell you. I know they tell you all the time, like,
Yeah.
yo, Jack, you are an inspiration to me.
No, but if I could keep my life private, I
Yeah,
would.
you could.
But this is not the moment that we live in. This is not the time in that. Because at the same time, I'm a businessman, and as a businessman, I know that social media is where it's at.
Yeah.
And if you're not on top of your social media, you're not gonna get anything. I hate when I see artists that they're like super dope and they're super talented,
Yeah.
but nobody knows you. and nobody knows you, and you're not using the platform that you have right in front of you, right on your palm of your hands. It's in the palm of your hands. What you guys do is just pick up your phone and
That's it.
start making it happen.
That's it. Yeah.
Like that's an amazing time to live in, you know, to make something of yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm not with excuses. Oh, it's too hard. Nothing great is easy. Nothing great is easy.
Yeah.
So if I hear complaint, you know, I remember I had a conversation with a photographer a few years ago. He was a super dope photographer. One of the best photographers I ever met in my life. And then all of a sudden he quit. And I asked him, I said, yo, my brother, why you quit? You were super dope.
Yeah.
Chacho, mucha competencia. I'm like, you quit because of competition? Man, that was not the answer you were supposed to give.
Competition is part of the game.
Like, if you quit because you think it's too much competition, that's the worst excuse you could give me.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking when I hear that. You know how much competition I have? But I'm not in competition.
Right.
I'm just trying to become the best person I can be. The best person that I can possibly be. People see that and the business automatically comes.
That's it. That's true.
That's it. True. So, you know, I'm not with the excuses. You know, because if I did it late in my life, because I discovered myself late in life, you know, like I said, I'm 43 years old and I'm been doing this 9 years. That means it was in my mid-30s that I found myself. People don't usually find a career in their mid-30s.
Right. Right.
And I found
some people get scared when they turn 25. They go crazy. They're like, I don't know what to
do. Oh, I should have been this. And people put so much you know, I should have done this by this age. I should have done this by this. It's not your timing. It's God's timing.
Right.
You know, maybe everything that's happened to me right now, I wasn't prepared for in the 20s because mentally I probably wouldn't be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I probably would have jacked it all up. I probably would have, you know, done some amazing stupid stuff. Oh, I'm popping this, you know, like
yeah.
No, now I know and I accept the responsibility that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
Yo sé lo que es.
Yeah.
So I'm much more mature. So again, it was God's timing. It ain't mine.
Right.
And people sometimes just need to, but while we're working on God's timing, you need to be working on yourself as well.
Yeah.
You can't be making excuses. Excuses
to overcome whatever it's bringing you down.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's addiction or depression,
Yeah.
do your research and
Absolutely.
try to overcome it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. One more question. What will be your advice to the young filmmakers?
The young filmmakers. Okay. Don't get fixated with a title. Okay? I've had a few experiences, a few run-ins in the last year where, you know, the young people, they'll grab a camera and they'll automatically say, I'm a director now. You're not a director yet. You are someone who needs to learn a craft.
Mm-hmm.
A director, I know everything about lighting. I know everything about editing. I know everything about DPing.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? I know everything about anything that has to do with video production. I know how to do it. 9 years later, I can say I am a director.
Yeah.
You can't say I'm a director if you didn't learn every single skill set.
Right.
That has to do with video production.
You got to master it.
You know, you must know it. You must know it. You know, you can put me in front of a computer. Yes, I have a colorist. Because I'm busy.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know how to color? Yes, I do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know how to use DaVinci. I know how to use Adobe. Whatever it is, you know, I know how to do it.
Yeah.
So in case that person falls through, I know how to do it. I don't have to worry about nobody, you know? But people want that title so much, but yet they don't want the responsibility. So don't be too thirsty.
Yeah.
Learn the craft. Love it. Love it with your heart. And don't chase the money. Chase the passion. If you chase the passion, the money will follow.
Yeah.
And that's the best advice that I can give these kids.
Thank you, bro. Thanks. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
I'll make sure you put your social media.
Yeah, no, you can follow me on Instagram at Jacknine Films. Facebook is Jacknine Films.
YouTube.
YouTube, Jacknine TV. I'm gonna put some more episodes on there and a few more other things that.
Yep.
Calladito.
Exclusive.
No, but Instagram is enough. I don't do the Snapchat thing either. Snapchat thing is
Lo
more for the
borré
young
también.
kids.
Yeah.
Snapchat's more for the young kids. You know what I
right.
mean? You know, so I'm all right with that. You know, I think is DJ Khaled sit on there?
I think so. I don't know. He made it. He's the one that made it popping.
Yeah, he made
at
it
some
pop.
point.
He made it pop. He made it pop.
Yeah.
But thank you for having me, Tony. I
No, thank you,
appreciate it,
man. Thanks for coming.
All right.
Yeah, gracias, mi gente. Ya tú sabes, Expresate TV y aquí me encuentro con Jacknine Films. Así que todo el mundo pendiente. Se les quiere. Tony Young dice así.